Hello and welcome back to 90's Mags, your podcast for all things Newcastle United, hosted by two lifelong Newcastle United supporting buddies. Myself, D-Man, joined by my co-host Jefferson. How you doing, sir?
What up? What up? Back in the house.
How you
Boy,
feeling? How you feeling?
you know what? Particularly after yesterday, actually, yeah, I felt quite good. Getting that winning habit, that winning feeling. But it's that sad reality that the weekend is done and
It's
boy.
depressing, isn't it? Depressing.
How about you?
Boy, I'm all right. Like, obviously, I went up to the game yesterday, so it was had a good time. Long journey, but well worth it. Good to see the game and that, but long game, long game. But yeah, like you said, back. I've had the week off, so I'm back to work tomorrow, man. So yeah, it's that feeling, mate. It's starting to
You
kick
feeling
in. But
fresh, Joe, after having a bit of the time off and that?
I was, and then bro, it's just been the week has been tiring, mate. It's been tiring, but yeah, it's still good. The good thing is I'm back up to Newcastle on Tuesday for the City game, so all good,
Hey,
all
you
good.
might as well rent. You might as well rent a flat out there at this rate.
I'm telling you, mate, it's mad. It's mad. But yeah, as usual, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Get involved in the chat. Feel free to leave a super chat as well. Hype up the channel as well. It all helps with the algorithm and support the channel growing and that. So much appreciated. But yeah, as usual, here to review the latest game from Newcastle. The games are coming thick and fast, man. It's like we never left since the other day. But listen, interesting game, interesting game. Big up Ken in the building
Oh
at
my
Macclesfield. Yeah, yeah, indeed, indeed. Big shock. Macclesfield knocking out Crystal Palace. You know what I mean? Probably the biggest shock in FA Cup history, you say, considering the Palace are the champions, the reigning champions.
God.
But certain teams are out already. Like Manchester United are out. First time since 1911 that they're playing 40 games in a season, bro. Like that is mad. That is mad. They better get them friendlies in. Because right about now, it's not looking good for them. But it is what it is. Spurs are out. Spurs are out as well. They got knocked out by Villa. So some big teams out already, man. But not
Mm.
us. Not us. Yeah, we're in the building. So for those that don't know, we played Bournemouth yesterday at St James's Park. Big up Asia in the building.
Big up.
Um, we won 7-6 on penalties, 2-2 after normal to regular time, and then 3-3 after extra time. Ended up winning 7-6. Victory, good victory. You want to win every game that you play, but at what cost was this one? You know what I mean? So a lot to talk about with the game itself. So Jefferson, as usual, quick summary of the game itself.
Well, I think the thing is the overriding question is: do we do normal? Do we do normal? It's just like drama and thrillers are becoming like a constant thing now. And there was us a few weeks ago moaning that we don't score enough goals. Obviously, the conceding goals ain't the nice bit, but it is entertaining in
Mm,
certain ways, but it also keeps you on the edge of your seat. So no one can say that we're boring anymore. But the good thing is, out of these thrillers, we're coming out the other side as the winners. So obviously, it was relief more than anything. Going to a penalty shootout. But you know me and my mentality on this. The FA Cup's a free hit for me. If we'd gone out, it's a case of all right, it is what it is. We go again next season because we've got a semi-final to look forward to. But if we won it, it was a bonus. But yeah, I don't think anyone really expected this game to pan out the way it did, and there was a lot of pendulum swings as well, which we'll get into. And there's also some of the things that we're very fully aware of that is again continuing to unravel. But one thing that can't be questioned now, particularly from the last two games, is the resolve and fight of this team who refuse to give up.
yeah, yeah. Big up King Cam in the building. Hope you're doing well.
Big up.
Big up Pont Mags. It said evening 90 Mags West Coast Massive in the house.
Yo, yeah.
um, Kenny said they all slag me off when I said Voldemort's first pen was a fluke. Proved it yesterday, which we'll get to. Big up Scants in the building. Hope you're doing well,
And
sir.
that's Gents.
Listen, for those who don't know, check out the podcast, Geordie Dread TV. Yeah. Me and Scats was on there yesterday, a 3 hour long podcast, and
Woo.
it was, when I say it was entertaining to say the least, like it was box office. It was box office, but it is what it is. Big up
Marathon
Andrew in the
men.
building. Yeah. Big
Hey
up yourself.
Andy,
Hope
what's
you're doing
up,
good.
buddy?
Kenny also said it's 9 points out of the 12 that I said we'd get.
Yeah,
Yeah, good
yeah,
indeed.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Three more points to get.
yeah,
But we'll
yeah.
get talking that as well. But yeah, like you said, the game itself. I enjoyed it because the fact I was there to witness it. But I had to leave early because of my train, which we'll get to in a minute. But for what I saw, entertaining game, back and forth. It was like you said, it's like a basketball match, and this club is destined to end us, man. The stress levels and this game, but this one as well. Like, what's wrong with this team? Like, can they not win simply? Like, I know he's asking for more goals and stuff, but you can't defend now, which is a bit. It's hard. But like you said, we're getting on the right side of it. We're showing grit and determination, especially in this game as well. Again, which is good to see. Energy levels must be on the floor right about now, but we'll get to that as well. But yeah, actually, the FA Cup was the three. If we had lost this game, I wouldn't have been too upset. But actually, you want to ideally win every game that you compete for, and when you get to like extra time and penalties, you want to win it. You want to win it.
It's a
So
lottery in a way, isn't it? Really, because you don't know what's going to happen.
I thought when they went to penalties, I thought that was it. But similarly, when we went 3-2 up, I thought that was it. You know what I mean? So it's you never know with this team. Never know with this team. Big up MB79 as well. Hope you're doing
Big
good.
up.
Hope you're doing good. But yeah, the lineup. Obviously, the main talking point was Eddie had listened to 90's Max. Yeah, because he he finally started Vissa and Voltamada together. Yeah. So what were your thoughts on that and the lineup itself? Because the likes of Ramsey, Wilk started as well. We knew pretty much the back line was going to be, the midfield as well. What were your thoughts on it? What were your thoughts?
I just think, listen, a lot of the criticisms that's happened, particularly like ongoing, since Viss has come back in the team, is why don't you play them together? Why don't you do that? Obviously, we've been waiting for Visser to prove his fitness, which he looks a lot sharper now. And I think it was an encouraging sign to do it. Whether that's bowing to public pressure or it's genuinely something Eddie thought, I'm going to give this a go,
Mm,
I still give him the props because he's playing two attackers. That's a positive mindset saying, I want to go out and score goals. I want to go out and win this game. So for me, it's a big tick, as in, at last. Thank you very much. And yeah, it's an exciting prospect when you're seeing that kind of thing.
yeah,
What
I
about
mean,
you?
I like the first one. I like the fact that he did rotate quite a bit. Maybe I thought he'd do a bit more. I thought maybe Tonali could get a rest and stuff like that. But the fact that, like you said, that he started those two up front. If there ever was a game to try it, like you said, a free hit, this was probably the game to do it. Um, Whether or not he does it again, I'm not so sure because I've seen his comments. It doesn't sound like he's going to do it anytime soon. But this is what fans wanted to see. Finally, we didn't expect it. So, given his comments about not having a third strike and worried about injuries, it was surprising to see. But happy that he threw caution to the wind. You know what I mean? And he got a glimpse of what could happen, what we could do, which we'll talk about as well. But going into the game now, the game starts now. Let's talk about the first half because I personally thought that we were quite comfortable first half. I thought we were once we settled down, we created the more opportunity, the better opportunity. There was that first good move that we put
Wow,
together,
that was good.
a very good build up, and obviously Voltemade feeds Visser, takes a touch, and for me, he did everything right in terms of when he's taking the touch. He's tried to put it in the other corner. Good save from the keeper. The only criticism I could have done, maybe he could have taken it first time. If he'd taken it first time,
Mm.
surprised the keeper, that could have been thing. But what were your thoughts on that move itself?
I just think again, people have got on Voltemader's backs, but I think what we're seeing here is if there's excessive build-up play, he can be a focal point for the team, and it's not necessarily with holding up the ball. Although we were seeing that in the early days, wasn't it? He was getting roughed up, his shirt being pulled. What we saw yesterday was really intelligent play, delicate touches, laying people off. We saw two key ones, which we'll come to in the second half, that led to essentially goals or creating a chance for a penalty, etc. That deft touch into space for Visser. Imagine if he is sharp and he hits that first time.
Yeah,
So this is the kind of like dynamics we're looking for to sharpen our attacks. So we're seeing the benefits of having both of them up top there. I mean, do people need to look at the greater details of the game and not being
yes.
critical of Voltemada for what missing a penalty? Come on now.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, we'll talk about his performance, but I thought he performed pretty well. But like you said, the fact that what I liked about it is I don't know if you noticed that. yes, he was dropping deep and linking up the play, like I said, the death touch to Visser, but there were times when he was swapping positions with Visser. They kept on swapping, like, Visser would go out wide and he would go central. He dropped deep, Visser would go central, that kind of thing. So they were rotating. It was quite fluid, and the fact that it's the first time they're doing it in a match, there were promising signs there. There were promising
Mm,
signs, and
mm.
that move. Because let's be honest, if Visser scores that goal, we're
You're
waxing lyrical about it. You know what I mean? Fine margins, mate. Fine margins. But obviously,
Yeah.
we had that opportunity. This had another opportunity at the back post with a header. I say I'm lucky about that. It's half chance, should we say? But the fact he's getting the chances, I do like. And
Mm-hmm.
as the game's going, he's looking sharper and sharper. And I like the runs that he's making off the ball as well, which is good. But Voldemar looked energized. He looked very energized, especially in that first half.
Do you think that's because he had a couple of games with reduced minutes? Do you think that's what it was,
Yeah,
or
I think it's the reduced minutes that had allowed him to get more energy, but also he's chomping at the bit because he wants to start games, he wants to prove himself. So I think there's two things to multiple components of that, but yeah, Brentford did have an opportunity, I think, in that first half. They had a couple half chances, should I say, but comfortable saves for Ramsdale. They'll hit straight at him and stuff like that, whatever. But let me read some of these comments before we talk about the second half.
okay?
Yes. So we got in
It's bubbling. That's what people
there.
want, isn't it? They want the action.
So big up now. He said, I still think 4-2-3-1 will work with our best team, and
Mm,
that's an interesting point because people are for those people like the Craig Hopes of this world and whatnot saying that it didn't really work. You got to understand. He had Willock on one side, he had Ramsey in the midfield, right? He didn't have Bruno, Tonali, and Joe Linton anywhere behind them two. So once you have a first choice midfield behind it, it might might work better. You never know. But
yeah.
especially on the wing with Willock, it's a different component. But when you got Willock on and you haven't got like a Gordon or a Barnes for the whole game, like on each side, or even Murphy, it's a bit different. So wait and see, man. Wait and see. MB said, for the life of me, I couldn't work out what formation we were playing. Is that a good sign or bad? I'm going to say good because it is quite fluid. The way, even the midfield is moving around. That's of Ramsey dropping in the pockets and dropping deeply down. It was quite fluid. It was good to see. It was good to see. I liked it. And again, this is probably the game to try it. An FA Cup third round fixture. You know what I mean? Where not much is at stake. You know what I mean? So, Punt Mag said, I would seriously think of loaning out Ramsey to a Bundesliga side. I don't think he'll develop in our team. Not at the levels that he'll get there. Maybe Dortmund can make a player of him. I thought he was all right yesterday, I thought he was right. Like for what, 50, 60 minutes, I thought he was decent, to be fair.
It's I think it's very difficult, isn't it? I do understand the criticism a little bit,
Mm,
but we also have to understand he doesn't start many games. And I think as well, looking at the realities of the signing, which was questionable, he was Villa's sixth choice midfielder. So when you're then playing next to the likes of Joe Linton, who's a man mountain, Bruno, who starts to control games at the way he's playing, and Tonali with his endless energy, you're going to look a little bit out of joint. But maybe again, it's a case of just giving it a bit of time.
yeah.
But he needs games. He needs
Yeah,
games
there was a
essentially.
couple of opportunities when he could have shot as well. Could have shot, and
Yeah.
he delayed it and overpassed and stuff like that. But that will come. That will come. Um, Big up, Brandt. He said, "I thought our football was much better to watch, and we were more dangerous up until we scored the first
Yeah.
goal."
Yeah.
Indeed, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So good pastures of play for sure. And
Yeah,
what I noticed as well, little things. I must admit, I was a bit like, I don't know what will happen if Trips comes back. But I noticed there was a few points where he was like, calm down, calm down, calm down,
yeah,
slowing the pace. And they were listening to him as
yeah,
an orchestrator on the pitch. So
yeah. Yeah, Romano saying we're going after Keith Smith. Interesting. Time will tell. We'll talk about transfer towards the end. Andrew said we've looked better in a creative aspect of late. However, defensively, we really do look at 6 and 7s in transition. If we get
yeah.
another centre back injured, it could derail out good work in the last few weeks. Yeah, and that's the thing. We'll get to transfer as well, but we do need a centre back. We definitely need a centre back because we're down to the bare bones. Bare bones. So Emby said Nick played really well yesterday. He can mix it up. Yeah,
100%,
yeah.
100%.
Um, Kim Cam said, I love the last 2 wins, but other teams now know that we can capitulate after scoring. It's
Yeah.
it's, it's always something with us, isn't it? Because first it's the fact that the most points dropped from winning positions. Then it was if we concede first, we can't win a game or can't even draw a game. And then it's this, what I mean? We can't seem to get it right at the moment. But
It's
you
it's a
know,
lot like the 23-24 season.
Mm,
just with us scoring less goals. That's how it feels for me.
yeah. Brant also said we would have been much better yesterday with Miley, Bruno, and Hall all playing initial formation. Yeah, this is true. Like I said, he rotated it a lot, and I would judge that partnership of Voltemada and Vissa when we've got a full strength team behind them. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But
But
it's
there was a comment. But there was a comment from Kim Cam actually that I thought was a really good one about can this squad manage the four competitions? I would say no. I still think we've got, in terms of quality and depth, not enough there. And I think yesterday, I mean, we squeezed through. We thank God for that, of course. And who knows how the result would have been if we made more changes. But I think there was
yeah,
a huge opportunity to give a few players games or their debuts that we didn't take, that we've seen other teams do. And again, it's still a question mark. Third round of FA Cup, Alabi, could he have played? Shaha, could he have played? Alex Murphy, when Tiao sort of looked like he went down on his shoulder, could he have come on? You know, it's this kind of thing.
yeah.
Um,
Could have
yeah,
improved. Could have been better.
because remember, it is kind of, you have to be strategic. If we're resting certain players, they're then fresh for the semi-final ahead,
Yeah.
and they've had to just play additional time. A lot of these guys, you know, they're gonna have to pull it out the bag again in another massive game.
Which we'll get to that as well because it's a massive week ahead. But now said Jefferson must be gutted that Gordon came on and played really well. Listen, we'll get to Gordon because I actually thought he did do well when he came on. I saw some people in the WhatsApp chat saying that Anthony fraud on and he was rubbish. No, he wasn't. He was decent yesterday. Like, I give him props. We're quick to criticize him, but to me, I thought he made a difference when he came on. You know what I mean? We'll talk about that anyway. But yeah, to the second half now. This is where pretty much all the action really happened, right? Because the first thing of note really was the goal that we scored, right? Great build up. I forgot who fed it to Voltemada. Was it Barnes again? I can't remember, but no, I can't remember who it was. But Voltemada with the deft touch around the defender. There's Harvey Barnes, and he slots it through the keeper's legs into the bottom corner of the net. Yeah. Now, for those who don't know, I don't know if you ever watched the extended footage on the Newcastle United YouTube page. It's like 30 minutes long. If you watch Harvey Barnes' goal, the celebration, watch it long enough, you'll see me in the corner. Yeah, clearly. This time, very clearly. Yeah, I'm doing all of this. You'll see me right in the corner, right by the flag on the corner. You'll see me. So for those who want to check it out, check me out. It showed me on that and on the replay as well. Right at the end of the replay of Harvey Barnes' goal, you'll see me. But what are your thoughts on the goal itself?
I mean, look, again, we talked about deft touches, but it's just that level of composure and intelligence in those key areas. This is what we paid the money for. This is quality in the final third. And what you see is a great weight of pass. And we've talked about this with Voltemada. If he's got runners moving beyond, that's how you make the most of him. So
Yeah,
we see that in action there. And once Barnes is in that position, we know if there's anyone you're going to put your house on scoring in this team, is Harvey Barnes. A really, really composed finish. And we're talking about a player who's in form at the moment
yeah.
and in all comps is our top scorer.
I'm gonna say Barnes is the man of the moment. He's the man of the moment. Great finish, but like you said, the assist from Voltemada is sublime because it's similar. Like obviously he set him up against Leeds with the deft touch. It's like he knows the right way to pass to play. You know, especially he's got this combination. It looks like he's building a right good combination with Barnes at the moment. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's looking promising. Looking promising. It's another attacking option to our Arsenal, isn't it? You know what I mean? So and that's what you get with Voldemort because we've been screaming out for wingers to run off him. And this is that's prime example of what can happen when it's done to full effect, to the best effect. So great to see, man. Great to see. Big up Liam. He said, good to see the formation change, but the tools didn't fit. Not enough training pitch time to make it work fluidly. This is still not fully up to speed. Yeah, fair
Yeah.
point. Fair
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
I think Vissel will take at least another couple of games before he's up to speed. But yeah,
It's going to take him time. And I'm not sure if you missed it, Liam, but we were covering earlier in the beginning that there is potential there. We're
Mm,
seeing it. However, I think if we're going to continue to be a successful club, I'm afraid the realities are much like the other top teams. If you're in four competitions, there won't ever really be enough time on the pitch. So it's something we're going to have to get used to.
yeah, yeah. Um, Now said we're using 18 out of 28 players. Interesting. Interesting. Is that because some are injured, or is it because he's refusing to use some of them?
Mm.
Which would be interesting. But yeah, but as usual, what is it with this team? We score first, and then we invite pressure. Yeah, I do not understand it. The warning sign was there because soon after that, Ramsey had to make a save. The guy had been put through 1-on-1. I don't know who it was, and he shot pretty much straight at Ramsey, but a good instinctive save with his fist, I think it was. But it wasn't long before they equalised. Right now, this was the one when Evan Nilsson's put it across the box. Yeah, and he's I can't remember who it was. Who number 8? No, was it Brooks who put that one
Alex.
in? Was it
Oh,
number 7 got the first one? Is that Brooks?
No, Brooks got the second one. I
Second one.
think. I think. Or
Okay,
was
so
it Scott? Or was it Scott? Oh God.
I can't remember, but
Hold on, I'll check now.
they've put it
Just
in.
because they look the same, don't they?
Yeah,
Okay, Scott got the first one.
yeah. So
Brooks got the second one. Yeah.
the funny thing is, before that, we've hit the bar. Yeah,
Mm,
Botman's hit the bar, right? And had that gone in, I think the game's done. Game's done. We probably get 3 or 4. But again, sloppy defending. They put it across the goal. There's Scott to tap it in, right? 1-1. Now, my question to you is now the second goal, yeah,
yeah.
from Brooks, yeah. Who's at fault there? Because Botman has made a block initially, then Brooks has cut in and he's curled it. You know, he's avoided Botman and he's curled it round to Ramsdale into the bottom corner, right?
Yeah.
Is that a great goal or is it sloppy defending or should Ramsdale done better with it?
I think first of all, Botman does the best he can. All he can do is track his man. Obviously, he's cut inside, but he's managed to get a block on it. And obviously, it's a well disguised finish. You know, we talked about Barnes doing that in the previous game
Mm,
against Leeds. So we have to give props for the finish from Brooks. However, you'll notice that kind of Trippier's a little bit stifled.
mm,
And actually, it is leaning into his side. He should at least try and cut off the shot.
right,
Not saying he's going to get there, but he has to put pressure on. He's almost static. And then obviously, yeah, Brooks has more time to get his shot off. So I don't really put full blame on Botman. I think he does well to track back and then put at least a block or a challenge in initially.
right. Now, Brooks was his one who scored that one, right? Did you see Brooks' celebration?
Well, he sort of was
No, he
heading
went.
up
He went to the
the
crowd.
away
Yeah.
fans.
Well, he's walked past Ramsdale and he's clapped his hands like this. Yeah. Now,
Oh,
correct me if I'm wrong. Brooks missed the penalty, didn't he?
I can't remember.
Because if it's, I don't know if it's Brooks, but clock it. And it's very people clock that. When Ramsdale saves it, what does Ramsdale do? He does this.
He does. He does it.
He does that. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if
Okay.
anybody clocked that, but Ramsdale, Ramsdale.
Oh my
Yeah.
days.
But Niall said, I don't blame Botman. He came across the cover.
Yeah.
Andrew said, Brooks' goal is very good finish and he uses Botman as a blocker as a
Yeah.
Ramsdale can't see the shot till late. And then now said Trips is to blame for Scott's goal. Brant said Hall was skinned multiple times and Botman was having to make up for it. We'll talk about Botman as well. Liam said Evan Nilsson is a menace. The lad has skills with the right amount of dog in him. Great signing. Listen, a couple of them Bournemouth players,
He missed chances of
he
Nilsson
missed
as well.
chances, but if you notice, the couple of these Bournemouth players were like the little quick feet was evading
Yeah.
our players. Only Hall was
Yeah.
doing it on our side, but they was
Yeah.
doing it multiple times to get past our players, which was
Yeah.
impressive but frustrating to see. But okay, so that's 2-1. Now I can't remember the order of things, but Bournemouth had another chance where Ramsdale's had to make an instinctive save at the near. I don't know if it was an extra time or regular time. An instinctive save at the near post where he's kind of like hit him in his chest, right by the post, and it's been cleared, and he's collided with the defender the attacker when he's cleared. I can't remember if that was. I think it was in normal time. I can't remember, but again, the players dug deep, right? Obviously, Howe's made changes. Gordon's come on. Hall's come on. Did Tino start the game? No, yeah, Hall's come on, sorry. And who else? Joe Linton's come on. Yeah. And to me, they all made an impact. They all made a very good impact. Gordon, the first couple of times he got the ball, he beat the man easily. Yeah, was driving at defenders, trying to cross the ball, trying to make things happen, whatever. There was a couple of occasions where he gave the ball away. Once when he gave the ball sloppily, and it came into a chance. I think it was for everyone else. I can't remember who it was. But Joe Linton, the physicality that he brought and his ball carrying ability was really good as well. Same with Hall, the way he was driving forward, linking up with Gordon and stuff like that was good to see. But obviously, we're huffing and puffing. The equaliser comes, right? Um, or what? Yeah, we had a couple of chances before that. I think Tonali sprayed the ball over, and I think Willock and Visser kind of confused the keeper, but also
Yeah,
confused themselves a little bit,
bit of a
whatever. But
mix up, wasn't there?
the goal itself, the equaliser, the penalty, yeah, another good move. Yeah,
Mm,
I think it's who's it? I think it's Gordon drives it through the middle,
yeah.
and Voldemar that dummies
Voldemar
it.
touches.
He's,
I
he,
thought. I
did,
thought
did he touch it
Voldemar.
or flip?
I wasn't sure if Voldemar gets a touch on it or not.
Let us know in the
Oh no,
comments. Did he
no,
touch
no,
it?
no, no! I think he dummies it. I think he
Yeah,
dummies it.
he done
Actually,
with it.
yeah,
But
it's
to
a good
see
movement.
Tonali steaming through, and obviously he's tried to round the keeper and he's been caught. Very clever play by Tonali, by the way, because he left his leg there. Yeah, he's left his leg there to get caught, whatever.
We've talked about this before though, and I've said that there's an argument. For me, I don't think Gordon's a winger, and I don't think he's good enough to be a winger because I think he struggles to beat his man regularly round the outside. And
Mm,
what you find is because he wants to get involved in the game, he comes inside, and what he does have, he's got a good reverse ball.
mm,
We've seen it so many times playing Elanga through. He's played Visser through. On this occasion, he's played Tonali through. He's got that in the locker.
yeah,
And I'm shocked Eddie's not looked at this and thought, you know what, you could be a left centre midfielder. Because don't get me wrong, I get it. He's not what's the word? He's not got the power maybe and physicality for midfield, but he's got something in terms of the way he passes the ball. He can thread it through.
mm.
So it's something to be wary of. But I think he struggles from the outside personally.
Okay, okay. I thought he did well yesterday on the outside. To be fair,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, he was cutting in a little bit, but when he
Yeah.
tried to beat the man down the left, there he was crossing the ball over. I thought he did the right amount of mixing it up, but like I said, he did play that sloppy pass into the centre of the pitch, and we almost conceded because they intercepted it. And Joe Linton did the same thing as well. A couple of players were slipping as well. Joe Linton slipped, Gordon kept on slipping. You know what I mean? It was a bit frustrating to see. Big up Michael in the building.
Mikey
Said,
P, what's
yeah.
happening?
MB said, first of all, MB said, I can't believe people still moan about this team. We're getting to semi-final and finals of cups consecutively into Europe. Is this not progress? Well, to be fair, we haven't moaned today. We haven't moaned.
We're
You know
not
what I mean?
moaning
You
at
know?
all. But
But
what we've got to say is, though, my argument will always be it's not just about results. If it was just about results, we would still have Brucey. You know, Brucey used to just get out of jail by individual, whether it was Willock or Wilson or St. Maximin saving us, being like, oh, yeah, but we got the points and blah, blah, blah. It's not just about that. It's about looking at the performances, analysing things in detail. And we've seen it happen with Man United historically when they finish third, you're getting away with stuff. There's only so long you can get away with it for. Same with Liverpool last season. It's caught up with them. So
yeah,
there's a reason why we go into detail so that it brings your attention to some of these things that we have to balance it. There's some great stuff, but there's some stuff that needs some work as well.
yeah. But yeah, we get the penalty. And obviously Anthony Gordon puts it away for 2-2, which was, kept us in the game. And obviously the game's gone to injury time, extra time, sorry, should I say. Bruv, that extra time was very, very eventful. Again, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah. And they had the opportunities. Ramsdale had to keep us in the game again. Yeah. But the funny thing is now, even though Ramsdale made these saves, right? I was sitting in the stand and bruv, everyone was just cussing. Like, they was like, because the little things that he does are annoying. And it looked like you don't seem confident that he's going to make any saves. But when you look at it, he actually made some very key, important saves. But he does some foolishness, man. And the crowd is like, he's useless. He's useless. Like, get him out, that kind of thing. Send him back. Send him back. But
Regret
but no,
selling Dubravka at this point because really Dubravka, you could argue, could still do a really good job.
yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, either way, we do need a new keeper in the summer. We definitely need a new number one. But
Because I
that's
think
for
is
another
it
story.
6 million to make this move permanent? I think because that'll make it like 16 million overall or something like
Or
that.
10 million, or could pay the 4 million loan fee, isn't it?
Because I
4
think
million.
4 million low fee, and then we've paid 6 million in wages for the years.
Right. Okay.
It's already at 10 technically.
Right. Okay.
I think
Okay.
overall to make it, I think it's either 20 million or 16 million total
Yeah.
to make it permanent, which I just think it
It's
wouldn't be worth
madness.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Brand says, smash the likes, people. Get the like count going up. Be much appreciated. The more the merrier. You know, it takes a couple seconds, helps with the algorithm and all, with 90's might get the name out there and stuff like that. Share with your people. Kim Cam said, if we stop losing the ball cheaply and stop making individual mistakes, the sky's the limit for the small squad. Interesting. But yeah, what's your name? Extra time comes, few more opportunities. Then we take the lead. Now, this like, for those who don't know, like, obviously the game's at what? The game started at 3:00, right? So usually the game finishes at 4:45, something to 5, near to 5:00. It's gone to extra time. My train's at
Goal
6:00.
line clearance.
Goal line clearance. That's it. From who? Botman. Yeah.
Botman.
Botman clears off the line, right?
Liam's
But
man, Evan Nilsson, with a good chance there.
yeah, but my train's at 6:00. Yeah, my Pacific train. I have to get this train because I paid for it, blah blah whatever. And I'm thinking, please score in it. Please score, like, so I can just see it or whatever, see it out and go in it. But when Chow goes down, it has bare minutes now. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm not going to see the end of extra time in it. I'm going to have to go. So I left at the second half of extra time started. I must have left after like 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm walking down the road, right? And I just hear this loud cheer because I'm following it on my phone, but I hear a loud cheer. And even the cabbie's like, we've won it. 3-2, 3-2. And I'm
Oh,
looking at my phone thinking, right, done it. As I walked into the station, yeah, I see 3-3. I said, I could not believe it. But the goal itself that we scored, a great cross from Anthony Gordon, and there's Harvey Barnes again at the back post with a good header, 3-2. And I think that was on like 118 minutes or something like that. Yeah, that he scored the goal. Because even the comment like Newcastle have won it, whatever. The crowd's going bananas. Another brace from Harvey Barnes. Question: the fact that it's gone to extra time, does that goal officially count as his stats, his goal stats?
I think so. Yeah, it still
Right.
counts.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, good header. Like Kenny said, BBC said that we'd won it. BBC said we'd won it. But you think, listen, surely not. Now, this is my question for you now. The third goal, who's at fault here? Because people are saying it's Botman's fault. Some people say no, he had it covered. Ramsdale's come out, he should have cleared everything.
It's
Yeah.
Ramsdale's fault for me.
I'm saying it's Ramsdale's fault. Yeah, because he came up so unconvincingly. He's obviously hasn't given Botman any shouts, any proper shout, or the proper shout. He hasn't come to declare everything. He's been very half-hearted with his coming out to get the ball,
Yeah.
and good finish, but very avoidable. Very avoidable.
Very. It's an interesting one because I don't know if Kante's still here, but we were literally talking about this the other day because I've stopped my 11-a-side days are gone, and I used to struggle with it a bit as I was getting older. And Kante was saying to me, "Look, you could always come back because as long as you've got pace around you to sweep in behind, you'll be fine. You concentrate on the headers and whatever's in front of you." And that was a case of what was happening now was that literally Tiao was steaming in there because obviously, the attacker had the beating of Botman and his path is completely cut off from getting to the ball by the keeper intervening.
Right.
And I think that comes from a lack of trust, a lack of playing together as a back line. And I felt for Botman. People blaming Botman. Watch it again. It's not Botman's fault if someone's got the beating of him. If someone's faster or quicker, whatever that is, that's why you have someone with pace at the back. Tiao is steaming in there, and
Yeah.
he just can't get there because the keeper's just slid in and blocked his path. So
Yeah. Unfortunate. But what's even worse now, we could have still won it after that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Because Harvey Barnes has played a peach of a ball. Yeah. Across goal. And Gordon, similar to the Barcelona game, he hasn't got the contact on it. Yeah. It's easier to score them than to miss. Yeah. But he's failed to connect. Leah said, Barnes' ball for Gordon doing the tango in front of goal, harder to miss. Exactly. exactly.
Yeah.
Um, but it is what it is. Like Emery said, Gordon should have won it after that. Indeed, indeed. But listen, it is what it is, right? Now it goes to penalties. Now, obviously, I'm following it at the train station now. That's a couple of Newcastle fans are crowding around my phone in it because we're watching it on my Bet365 app, just watching the commentary, quoting it out, whatever. But Gordon takes the first one, he scores it. Yeah, they take their first one, they score it. Voltemada, yeah, takes the second one,
Mm.
and he's hit the crossbar. Right now, we all waxed lyrical about his first penalty they took for us, but some thought at the time, boy, I thought he was going to miss the way he skied it, kind of thing. But maybe this is the theme for him when he tries to get the elevation on it, right?
Mm.
Some say this is why Gordon's on pens, whatever. What's your thought? Just unlucky, just not his day, or do
It's
you think?
unlucky because all we have to see is two penalties. One he scored and one he's missed. So he's 50-50. And unless he takes another one and miss it, we can't really have full judgment on it. I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen if he took any penalties for Stuttgart. But
Mm,
in terms of the action he does, he's clearly looking to hit it at the roof of the net
yeah,
because it's hard for keepers to save it. They normally dive the lower corners, but it is risky. It can either go over, it can hit the woodwork as we've seen, or it can go right in the postage stamp as we saw when he scored it. So maybe that could be why. Maybe Gordon's technique is deemed as safer. But there's also a flip argument that he hasn't had the chance to take enough penalties.
you're right.
And if he takes more, he's more likely to
That's
score,
it.
probably, isn't it? So
Yeah. Like Liam said, his penalty style is always risky, so little room for error. He asked also, he hasn't seen the replay for the disallowed goal back because there's no VAR. But yeah, it was offside. I saw it again today. It was offside. It was a right call, to be fair. It's quite a distance offside. But yeah. But then, yeah, obviously they take a penalty. I think they miss their next penalty, right? Bruno steps up. He misses his penalty.
mm,
Yeah. Um, not the greatest of penalties, but like I said, he's generally quite reliable. Obviously, he's taken one against Leeds, slotted that one away. But again, unlucky, not great at penalty,
but
but
these penalties don't count anyway. It's a penalty shootout contest. It's not during the realms of the match,
yeah, yeah.
essentially. Do you know what I mean?
But listen, they took a few couple. They missed a couple penalties. I think Chow scored a penalty. Tonali scored a penalty. Uh, Joe scored a penalty. Whatnot. Um, But then obviously it comes down to the final penalty. Ramsdale's made a couple saves. It comes down to the final one. Is that name Diakite? Is that his
Diakite, yeah.
Diakite? Yeah. And obviously Ramsdale's the hero. Great save, to settle it. What's that? Three saves he made? Three saves he made?
3, I think, yeah.
Yeah. Um, Listen, impressive. Like he made up for any error that he made in the game. You know what I mean? He made up in the penalty shootout, and we're through. And it's 7-6 on penalties. How am I right in saying that the only time he's beaten Bournemouth is in another cup competition, or has he never beaten them before? Because I thought
I
they,
I I don't think he's beaten them. I
I
could
thought he
be
knocked them
wrong.
out the cup once before. I think I might be wrong. But
Let
it's
us know, people. Let us know.
yeah, it's definitely a bogey team for Eddie Howe anyway. But listen, we've got through to the next round. Obviously, the worrying thing is we've got more injuries now because Tino's gone off injury, and it's turned out he's going to be out for a few weeks. Like Brent said, yeah, he beating them 1-0 by an own goal in
Oh
the League
wow.
Cup. Yeah. But yeah, so Tino's now injured. So we've got 4 fit defenders for the next few games, and that's a worrying stat. Does this count as a win? No, it doesn't. I don't think it's a draw, isn't
What
it?
in the cup? In the cup? No, I think it does. I think when you win by a penalty, I know it says 7-6 on pen, but I think they normally give the winning team an extra goal or something.
Okay,
I could be
okay,
right. It could be one to ask AI
yeah, yeah.
just to be sure, but I think it does count.
He didn't lose. That's the main thing, innit? He didn't lose, but yeah, the Tino's injured. Got we're down to the bare bones defensively. We've got well, first of all, let's talk about some of these performances, right? So Botman, because a lot of people are getting onto Botman because also they talk about he's in contract talks.
Mm.
He wants the right terms and he's still weighing up his options, whatever. Some people's like, well, we should sell him because he hasn't been the same since the injury. You know, he's lost a yard of pace. He doesn't look like the old Botman, and he's making too many errors. What's your thoughts on him and his performance as well?
I mean, I'll talk about the performance first. I thought I wouldn't use the word steady, but I think there were times where he looked good, and there were times where you could see there was a bit of rust there. There was clearly some endeavor he was trying, um, and so I think he clearly still has ability. He could very much be a squad player. It wouldn't surprise me if in those contract talks he's asking probably to be a guaranteed pretty much starter, isn't it? Because before he got injured,
Mm.
there was the issue of, burn and all that sort of stuff. I know we're talking about a different class of player, but you see how Chelsea manage Reece James. And I just wonder if we could do the same thing with Botman, if there's a way to contain him, keep him fit, manage his minutes, only play him in the big games, or give him a little run and a rest, little run and a rest. And sometimes it's about our management of these delicate players, something to think about. If he does sign on, I think it's encouraging because I still think when he's fully fit, he's a good defender.
Yeah,
Uh, but we have to be mindful of his, playing him, overplaying him essentially.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
Now, said Botman, we can judge with a run of games. Agreed. Kenny, yep, he had one at the bar yet, which you mentioned as well.
yeah,
Liam said he needs a couple of games. He's robotic but strong, proper corner threat as well.
yeah.
He had 4 shots on target. Interesting. Listen, Steve said Botman was gassed, to be fair, not up to much match fitness. And that's the thing. It's similar to when Fabian Schär came back into the team after a long layoff. Like, he
Mm.
looked very rusty on his first couple of games, right? He was giving the ball away. He needs it. I mean, the Man City game, we arguably should have given away a penalty. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that you're going to have to give him, especially Botman, time to get back into the swing of things. My only concern is obviously, can he, go a run of games without getting injured? And the fact that we're going to be relying on him pretty much every 3 days now is a dangerous game to play because he could break down at any minute. Yeah. We need Dan Burn back as soon as possible to give him a rest, to whatever. But it's going to take a time for Burn to get up to speed with so much time off, whatever. So, yeah, I like to see him stay. I think he's still, he showed signs yesterday of how good he can be. Obviously,
Mm.
he cleared off the line, hit the bar, made a few good interceptions. The physicality he kind of dealt with as well, which was
Mm.
good to see. But yes, he was a bit sloppy at times, but that's to be expected when you've had so much time out, whatever. So you're not match fit. So judge him after a run of games, and let's see where we go. But let's hope he can get through
And
this
their
run.
attackers were lively and quick.
Yeah,
That's not an easy opposition to come back from injury in.
yeah. Adrian said, I get starting guarantees a thing. More likely you asking for money, surely. Yeah, because let's be honest, no manager can really guarantee you're going to start. Unless
Mm.
you're maybe Bruno and some say Gordon, then Eddie's not going to guarantee you're going to start. You're going to fight for your place and whatnot.
Mm.
Yeah, he could have taken him off before extra time and put on Alex Murphy.
And Alex Murphy could have easily come on for Tiao as well. And all
Yeah,
we keep hearing is excuses that these players aren't good enough. Show us. I haven't seen it.
yeah,
Give him time.
yeah. Thoughts on start the same with the back line. Thoughts on Trippier?
Yeah, I mean, I can see Liam's comment there. I think that's pretty fair. I think his age is showing. I think mentally, game intelligence is there. It helps. It's like having an extra coach on the pitch, but the legs aren't quite there. Again, I don't know if that's rustiness. We have to be fair to him, but he is getting older. And I think his best years are beyond him. And I think this will probably be his last season with us. But again, like I say, it's having a steady person who's very experienced. But yeah, we expect better, such as the levels we've seen of him historically.
But we're going to be relying on him, and it's only the Man City coming off. You've got this Doku, Semenyo, whoever it is going to be on that side. It could be a long,
And this is it. It's a squad game. And so
yeah,
when people were asking earlier, I think it was Kim Cam, whether we've got the squad for it. There's an example. There's an
yeah.
example.
You're gonna have to put
But
Miley there.
but,
You'll put
but,
Miley there.
but then this is the problem. Why aren't we giving Leo Shahar a go? He's an England under 18 international. Let's see what he's got.
But I think the Bournemouth game was the one he should have played
Yeah.
because there's no way you put him in against Man City. But the Bournemouth one, he could have had a go, and see, because Man City get skinned. You don't want to kill his guy's confidence, kill his youngsters' confidence. Like,
Yeah.
but definitely Bournemouth game. That was the one where you could have made a bit more changes and stuff. But yeah, I played my Willock. Thoughts on Willock?
Um, a, b- uh, a bit disjointed. I mean, you could see the difference when Joe Linton was there as well. So it's bitty. It's bitty. I think his time has run its course as well, and I think we talked about this before. I think him and Ramsey are essentially the same player. They have the same skill set. So I think for us at this level, I think
Yeah,
he's
I feel it.
beyond him.
Willock's times is up. Unfortunately, like you say, there's a bit of same, but Ramsey's more dynamic. He's more dynamic, more comfortable on the ball as well. He moves in and out the pockets and stuff. Willock, he struggles, man. He struggles. The ball comes to him and it breaks down. He's losing control. Maybe it's a confidence thing, but maybe he needs to go somewhere to rebuild his confidence.
Mm.
Because there was a player in there somewhere, but I just don't think he's at the level that we need
We'll be
next.
lucky to get 20 million for him at this point.
Oh yeah, we're not getting that. We're not getting that. But hopefully the next FA match against the mighty Bacchus who made D-Man cry yesterday. Listen, I'll be honest. I'll be
Grant
honest.
is taking him.
I know Palace got knocked out. I don't even know the score. What was the score? I don't know nothing about the game. Like, what
2-0.
was
Was it 2-1? 2-1
was it
was
2-1?
it? Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
okay. Yeah, I didn't. I just know they got knocked out in it. Like, it is what it is. But listen, I was at the FA Cup final. I saw Palace win their historic win against Man City. But yeah,
I'd love for them away. Then Kante could hopefully get me a ticket or something, man.
yeah,
I'd love
um,
that.
yeah. Has Willock started since his loan deal? Um,
Eee. Oh
boy,
dear.
mad. Willock
Many
never
days
found a
to go now.
position. Yeah, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, we saw Eddie's comments. Do you agree that it's going to be a long time, if at all, that we're going to see Voldemort and Vista together again?
You know what? With Eddie, he either stumbles on things or he nervously tries things out. And I think if it works, he's like creature of habit. Yeah, let's go with this now. I'm not saying he's going to go with it all the time, but I think he would have seen some encouraging signs. But like, you know what? Okay, little risk. I'll give it a go again. Whether it will be the next game, I don't think so. He'll probably want to do a more defensive formation against Man City. He wouldn't want us to be overexposed. So probably in the league game against Wolves. It's Wolves we got next in the league,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Maybe then.
I don't think so. Away from home, I don't think so.
Nah?
I don't think so. No, honestly, I'll be very surprised if we see them start again for the rest of the season,
Hmm.
unless we get a very favourable home tie.
PSV game, maybe. If we
No,
need
bruv.
if we need to get the
No,
goals.
no. If we need to get the goals, he'll bring them on. He might keep them on, but starting them, nah.
Okay.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I think,
Okay.
like I said, if you get a favourable tie in the FA Cup next round against a home tie against a lesser team, he might try it. Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, from judging by his comments, I don't think so. I don't think so. Like Liam said, I think he'll be happy to have them on together for 20 minutes. Exactly. Maybe when you're chasing the game, whatever, need a goal, then yeah, I think so. But Brad said, I feel like Eddie won't use it again. His excuse is we lost the lead. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, agreed. But yeah, listen, we're through. We're through. So you know, from the outside looking in, it's not all doom and gloom. Again, we're sixth in the league. We're in the semi-final of the League Cup. We're still in a good position in the Champions League, and we're through to the next round of the FA Cup. Right. So part of the FA Cup aside now, we now move on to Man City. Yeah, on Tuesday. Right. So, yep, like you said, smash the likes, people. Get the like coming. If you haven't smashed the likes already, what you're doing, please.
Over
We much
40 people
appreciate it.
here. There's only 20 odd likes.
Let's
So
see. Let's see if we can get it to 30 for now. Let's get to 30. Yeah,
go.
that's not too
Go.
hard to achieve, isn't it? Smash the likes for us. Yeah. Um, but yeah, we've got Man City on Tuesday, right? Now that's not much turnaround. Man City beating Exeter 10-1. They played a few kids, managed to sub players and stuff like that. So Menno gets his debut goal. He's eligible to play for us, play for them in the game. So they're going to be well rested. We not so much. Yes, we rotated, but we know the big guns came on and we had to go to penalties. I'll be up there again. You know, if you're going to the game, shout me, come say hello and that. But what are your thoughts? How do you think he sets up? And what do you think will happen? How do you think this one goes?
Last time we played them, we went blow for blow, didn't we?
Mm,
Um, I think he'll play what he feels is his strongest team, which I think will be Barnes on the right, Gordon on the left, Visser through the middle, Joe Linton starting the midfield, and I do think he will play Miley at right back. Obviously, Pope back in goal. So I think he'll play his strongest team, and I think he will go blow for blow.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
if
I
we
think,
get a lead,
yeah,
I think he may go defensive.
yeah,
Because we did that against Tottenham, didn't we? I think when we went 2-1 up, we made a defensive change and went five at the back, or
yeah,
I think we went 4-5-1 and then we conceded. I think he'll try the same again. I think if we go in front, he will then go defensive.
yeah. Yeah, for the record, Kenny, yeah, they did change rules. Like Gary said, Semenyo is okay to play.
Mm.
Big up Gary in the building. But yeah, everyone in the chat, I think Liam said anyone can. We know the lineup that he's going to use, and you're right. Pope's going to be in goal. Miley, Chow, Botman, Hall. Yeah, Bruno, Tonali, Joe Linton, Barnes, Voltamada, and well, is it Voltamada or Visser?
I think he goes Visser.
I think he goes Visser. Yeah, Visser, and then Gordon on the right. Now we know we're going to play 4-3-3. Would you go for? Because Murphy's back fit, by the way. So would you go? Would that the front three that you would change? You would start, or would you change it slightly? And for those in the chat as well, what would you like to see?
Barnes must be in the team, no matter which way you want to play it. I mean, he may, who knows? He may go to a Murphy because Murphy's been reliable. Um, However, in later on in the game, if he brings on Voltemade, he may bring on Murphy because he's like, oh, okay, let's whip some crosses into the box, which I hope he doesn't do. But I think you're going to look at it in this instance that Gordon may be up for it in a big game. Barnes is undroppable. This has shown good signs that he's building up to fitness, and the team's leaning into him a bit more now. So
Yeah,
yeah, and you leave your powder dry if you then bring on Voltemade. It gives the City defense something else to think about, right? I think he'll keep Barnes on actually, even if he does take Gordon off later on in the game.
yeah, you're right because the thing is, Barnes at the moment is undroppable. Yeah, because you
Mm,
cannot drop a man that scored 4 goals in the last 2 games. You can't, right?
no,
Gordon, he's playing regardless. He's playing. Yeah,
it's
the
his
fact that he
son.
didn't play this one as well, the Bournemouth game, he didn't start the Bournemouth game. He's playing. We know that. Yeah, it's just a case of who does he go for up front. I think the fact that he took off Vista first, I think saving his energy, building up his fitness. I think Vista will play 60, 70 minutes. I reckon. Yeah.
Mm,
Because it gives the defense something different to think about with his movement, the way he drags defenders and stuff like that, and play with a striker in the box for delivery. But my only thing is when you've seen how Voltemade and Barnes have linked up of late, he might think, there's something there. He might think that. So you
mm.
never know. But every other position picks itself. Yeah, picks itself. Now, Adrian said, wouldn't want to go to Etihad without a 2-goal lead. Now, this is interesting, right? Um, Brant said, when we played the big boys, it's a wild card because we always seem to show up against them. We felt this exact way, same way against Arsenal last year, and we beat them 4-0 with 2 legs. Now, that's a good point, right? Both of
Yeah,
them are very good,
yeah,
good
yeah,
points.
yeah. Fair
Now,
play.
the only difference is the first leg's at home this time. So we literally have to be ahead in this game in going into the second leg because if we're not, it's a long day. Yeah. And I agree with Adrian. We do need a 2-goal lead, as far-fetched as that might sound to some people. We do need a 2-goal lead before we've got any chance at the Etihad to go through. Because you know what we're going to do? We're going to park the biggest bus at the Etihad. But if they break us down early
Mm.
doors, it
Avalanche.
avalanche, mate. Avalanche.
If
Yes.
you notice, Pep again. This is what I'm talking about. That intelligence that unfortunately we lack with ours. He made changes to the point where Rico Lewis was captain.
Yeah.
Most of the scorers for City, I didn't even know their names,
But
and that's what we should have been doing because what he's done, he's kept his best players fresher. in his back pocket,
But
and
what I would say
they'll be
is,
coming in this game
would you not think?
100%.
Do you not think that had we been playing Exeter, Eddie would have rested a lot more players
No,
at home to Exeter?
come on, man.
No, come on.
When have you seen them play these academy players? When?
No, man.
When?
Come on, man.
I
Like,
think even I think the only time I seen him made excessive changes was it the AFC Wimbledon game
mm,
and maybe Bromley.
yeah.
Those are the only ones
Well,
potentially.
Exeter City is a dead team, so of course you
But
could do the same thing. You do the same thing. Like, come
maybe,
on, man.
maybe, maybe,
Come on.
maybe.
Brad said front three: Vissa, Gordon, Barnes. Yeah,
Yep.
agreed.
Yep.
Liam said full strength for goals at home. Yeah.
Yep.
Gary, yeah, Barnes first name on the team sheet for me. Indeed,
100%.
undroppable. With 5-4-1, you think we're gonna go 5-4? We've got the defenders to go 5-4-1. You know what I mean?
May do that 5-5-0, but that'll be in the second leg, I reckon, if he
Yeah.
tries any defensive stuff.
Oh, this is an interesting comment from Bernal. Big up Bernal. He said Ramsdale is the cup goalie. He's going to start both legs domestic cups.
Wow.
Listen,
Wow.
a semi-final against Man City. This brother will be. Listen, there is personally, I don't think he can go for Ram. I get what you're saying. He has been playing the cup competition, but when it gets to the nitty gritty, I don't think he starts Ramsdale. I don't. I'll be very surprised if he starts Ramsdale. But saying that, we've got big games coming up as well. The Champions League, we've got the must-win games against Wolves and Villa. Maybe there's something about that. I didn't really think about that. So those in the comments, do you agree? Do you think Pope starts or do you think Ramsdale starts? Because Kenny says Pope will start. What do you reckon, Jefferson? Who do you reckon?
It is possible. You can't rule it out. And yes, I think over the course of the 120 minutes, his performance weren't the best. But is he going to come off confident after saving those penalties? You know?
Yeah, interesting. Um, City score goals. Their issues defense, which is opposite to last year's at
Ah,
Arsenal. Yeah,
one other thing.
yeah.
Actually, there might be some wheels to this. I just thought about this. The thing about City as well is remember our press ain't all that this season.
Mm.
In fact, we're playing in a slightly different way, right? Now the issue will be is Man City may have the lion's share of possession. What we don't need is the ball going back to Nick Pope and him launching it long. We lose the ball. City get it back.
Okay.
Ramsdale will give us that bit in possession, and maybe he might think, you know what? At least at home, can we try and take advantage of that? If we've got an onslaught away, and we're going to need to kind of shot stop, then you bring in Pope's second leg. Maybe it's
Okay.
possible. It's
Okay.
possible.
We'll see. We'll see. For those in the chat, also, I need your prediction for this one. Just for the first leg. Yeah, 'cause we'll get the second leg when we get to it. But the first leg, what do you think the score's going to be? Again, smash the likes as well. On your way in, on your way out, much appreciated. Age said, "Do we think Pep will pull out a larger second string team?" Now, this is an interesting one, right? Because City rotated heavily against Exeter, right? But they are still within a chance of catching Arsenal in the league, right? So they have to play their strongest teams again in the league. I'm not sure what fixtures they've got coming up, but regardless, they're going to have to play their strongest team, right? They've got defensive injuries as well. Do you think we're going to see some surprises? Maybe a Rico Lewis play. You know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know who else there is. But the thing is, Rodri will probably have to play because I think Nico Gonzalez is injured. Right?
Oh
So Rodri
wow.
would have to play. And Rodri needs minutes as well, right? You've got the likes of their defense is pretty much at their bare bones. Well, Gavardo's out, Ruben Diaz is out. 3 players are out as
Oh
well,
yeah,
right?
they recalled that player from Watford, didn't they?
Yeah, right. Haaland, did he start yesterday? I heard that he started, but I'm
I
surely
did
not.
see him on the pitch. I did see him.
Okay.
I
Well,
did.
he played a part, whatever. Yeah, but he'll probably start. Maybe, or they're keeping fresh for the weekend. We don't know. Yeah. So, do you think Pep's going to play his strongest team, or do you think he's going to rotate a little bit?
I think he'll pick the strongest he has available.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, they have the derby after. They have the derby, and that's away to Man United. Now, regardless how bad Manchester United are against Manchester City, they play pretty well. Yeah, so they can't take that one lightly. Yeah, the City won't allow it. The City fans won't allow it. So they would prefer to play a lesser team in this one and play a stronger team against Manchester United. Yeah, because
Such as the liberty then that they think they can whack us up in the second
not
leg.
even, yeah, probably they'll be confident they can overturn a lead, because let's be honest, they whack us up at Etihad all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 to 4 goals. Yeah, standard. Yeah, so they'll be confident. Not saying it's going to happen, but they'll be confident. Yeah, but interesting. Yeah, Dubravka was the last keeper up until no, he played the semis. He played the first. He definitely played the first leg at the Emirates, because I was there for that one, and that's when he did that emotional goodbye, didn't he? When he came at full time, Dubravka played obviously the final. Well, I mean, do you mean up and including the semis? Because he definitely played the semis, but yeah, you're right. Bit different in the final and that. If Ramsdale starts against City, there's zero chance we go through. Oh, good Lord. Which keeper do you trust more?
Neither, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
But Pope is
I'd probably say Pope
best of a
edges it.
bad bunch, isn't he?
Yeah, I think Pope edges it, to be honest. It's mad. But I think we should continue with Ramsdale to boost his confidence. Yeah, interesting. Gary said, since 2003-2004, we've only beat City once, drew twice, and lost 19. Only win was 2014-15 at the Etihad. Wow.
We seem to just submit against them.
Yeah, especially away at the Etihad.
Yeah, I don't get it, man.
Kenny, 3-0. 3-0 to who, bruv? Because listen,
Someone's been on the Nuki Brown Ales,
you
mate.
can't be 3-0 to us.
You
Surely
can't
not.
be.
Surely not. But listen,
Put a
anything's
tenner
possible.
on it. Put a
Anything's
tenner on it.
possible. Yeah. Brad said 2-2,
To us.
unfortunately.
He said to us.
Huh?
He said to us.
Wow. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Right. Okay. Interesting. Agent said 4-2. Wow. Wait.
Wow. You know what? And I know what Adrian's gonna say. He's gonna be like, remember last year, guys. Remember last year. Yes, Liam would love to see me wrong, wouldn't he? He'd love it. He'd
Sorry,
love
Scant
it.
said Nico Gonzalez is back. He played in the
Oh,
last game. Okay.
okay, that's worrying.
Interesting.
By the way, Liam gave you an offer, didn't he? I think to meet before the game and have a pint or something.
What did you put it in the chat?
No, I'm sure he said it in the last show. I'm
Was
sure
it?
he did.
Yeah, let us know, Liam. Let me know, Liam, where you're gonna be in that, man. I'll be around. I hit Newcastle around 3 o'clock, mate. I'll be there. Then I'm back the following week for the PSV game as well. So I'll be there as well. But yeah, and now said I think we lose 3-1. Interesting. City have been impressive in the league lately, so there's hope. Yeah, haven't been impressive, so they say. So there's hope. Yeah, interesting. Haaland played the first 45 minutes. Okay. So yeah, he'll be starting against us then. We're going to start against us, definitely. Michael said 1-1. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, I think Brandt went for a draw as well.
Look
It
at
is
that.
possible.
Conceded 66 goals and scored 11 at the Etihad since 2003. In 22. Wow. Okay. So what are you saying, Jefferson, for that first leg? What's your score?
I'm gonna let you go first.
You know what? I say we beat them 1-0. I think it's 1-0. Yeah. I'm not holding much hope for the second leg, but I think it's 1-0. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's gonna be a tight affair. I think in recent games we've been leaking goals as much as we've been scoring them. And I like Mikey P's prediction of 2-2. I think I can see us either drawing 2-2 or losing 3-2. But I'll be positive and go for 2-2.
Okay. Interesting.
Although that isn't my official prediction for the prediction league. Just saying.
Okay. I haven't even put one in yet, but I will do. Scat said I can see Haaland and Semenyo having a crazy link up. Yeah, they can save that to the week after, mate, for the derby. Yeah. We don't want to see that. We do not want to see Semenyo, he's
Thanks, Gantz. Nice one, mate.
Isn't it? We'll see. They might surprise us. Yeah, but my thing is the tired legs, because even if we're like a goal up after 70 minutes, we're gonna be gassed out, man. Because you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna go for them for the first 20 minutes, whatever. Try to get early goal, sit back for the remainder of the first half, then go again for 15 minutes on the second half, and then sit back for the remainder of the game. Yeah, and see what happens. But it's gotta be an interesting one. It's gotta be an interesting one, but looking forward to it nonetheless. You know, these are the games that you want. You want to be in as many games as possible for the season. It shows that you're doing well. But yeah, it's
Would you,
gonna be.
Adrian? What do you mean?
What do you say? How many
As
predictions
in
are you?
what pending? As in what? I'm changing my mind and stuff. Or I've got lots of different ones in different. Yeah, let me know because I know you think outside the box. Let me know.
But we'll see, man. We'll see. As usual, we'll be back on Wednesday or after the game in it to review it. In
Or
midweek we'll be back.
definitely, yeah. I think
Um,
Wednesday. I think it's
I
Wednesday,
think
isn't it?
Wednesday. Yeah, I think
I
it's
think
Wednesday.
so.
But yeah, man, looking forward to it. It'll be interesting to see what kind of side we put out, how we perform. You know what I mean? Will we see? He might try and bring a surprise. Viscera goes to Mada again. He might just do that. I don't think he will, but you never know. You never know. But listen, we're going to leave it there. Smash a like on your way out. Much appreciated for those in the comments and those in the chat. We appreciate all your input. As usual, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, help the channel grow. Jefferson, if you want to add before we leave.
Yeah, I've noticed well, it's a weird feature. Like it takes a little while. You can't do it straight away, but maybe give it a day or so. If you can, please leave us some hype points. It doesn't cost anything. It just brings like focus and attention to the channel as we look to keep growing it for your viewing pleasure.
Indeed, indeed. So you heard it here first. Hype up the channel. Hype up the channel. But yeah, thanks all, and we'll be back later. Peace.
Peace.